potentially life-changing information with you tonight. I'm so excited about. Welcome. My name is Rachel Garcia, and I'm sharing some information with you tonight that I know can be life-changing for you and your family, because it changed my family's life when I first found out about it in 2008. So in 2008, I was practicing medicine full-time as a physician assistant, seeing 60 to 70 patients a day, writing 200 prescriptions a day. I had just had my second baby. So my husband and I had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old. And we had just invested over $100,000 in 2 separate businesses. So he was working full-time as a construction estimator. I worked full-time as a PA. And then we opened a skincare retail store, a brick and mortar location where we had employees and taxes and paperwork and inventory to deal with every day. And he opened a construction company. So life was crazy. And we opened those 2 businesses, I mean, really honest, because I was working full-time, 12 to 14-hour days, and never saw my kids. And I had 2 miscarriages before my first child. And so it was killing me not to be with them. And when I had somebody with them at home, and they called her mom, it was our nanny. And I kept telling myself, they won't remember. They're little, they won't remember that I wasn't here with them, but it was eating me up. And so I was like, is it always going to be like this? And a lot of people will be like, oh, just walk away from your job and be a stay-at-home mom. Well, my husband worked in construction, and I've been married to him now for 25 years. I've learned over the years that construction goes up and down, and you cannot rely on it. To pay your mortgage, we couldn't rely on it. My income was the big producer. I was in a very high paying field. And if I didn't work, I didn't make money. So walking away from 8.5 years of schooling and $100,000 investment in my education, that's what my college cost. I was like, yeah, I'm not walking away from that. But what else can I do to create income? What else can I do that would allow me to one day maybe work a little bit less to be home with my kids? Thus, we opened these 2 businesses. And my brothers called me and said, we have this other business we want you to look at. And I'm like, no, I can't even, I don't have time to sleep. I'm not interested. And they said, you can say no. Just give us an educated no. Take a look first before you decide it isn't for you. That made sense to me. So I went in there kind of closed-minded, and within a couple of minutes, I was like leaning in, because I knew they were speaking truth. I recognized the truth immediately. I was not interested in what they thought I would be interested in, because of some massive things that had happened in our family's life that year. My nephew had been diagnosed with severe autism. I had sat with my sister as the doctor said, he will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. And I, have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences. I was practicing medicine as a PA. I had never learned about autism. I had a 9-month-old who had shots scheduled the next week. I had a lot of questions. So I started researching, and I'm not talking about Googling on Wikipedia researching. I'm pulling up studies. I'm going in the back of medical libraries and looking at published studies on what is autism and why did he get it. And my mind was suddenly open to the extreme importance of nutrition. If you've ever read this book, The China Study, it will open your mind to the importance of nutrition. And there's multiple books published just like this. And then in the back, there's just hundreds and hundreds of research showing that nutrition is important. So I was trying to do that on my own. I was going to the health food store and doing my research before I went, because if I didn't do my research before I went, inevitably the guy who works there would come up and be like, can I help you, ma'am? No. He makes minimum wage. Don't ask that guy what you need to be putting into your body. I was doing the research. I was going in. I was buying hundreds of dollars of supplementation for our family. We were doing the organic garden. We were juicing. We were doing all that stuff with no results. Quite frankly, I didn't expect results. I just knew from my research, I needed to do a better job as a mom for myself, my children, and my husband. When I saw what this company was doing, when I saw that they had utilized the system of cleansing, balancing, and building your body in a clinical practice for 30 years, I said, I can't out-research that. They were talking about the cleanse, balance, build philosophy, and I knew it was truth, and I said, I'm in. I am in. Within days, we started to see some health changes. Within 3 months, my nephew was speaking. And that's quite frankly why I'm here today. That was 15 years ago. I've helped tens of thousands of people throw prescriptions in the trash. I'm not just talking about children on the spectrum. I'm talking about every health issue you can imagine. I feel extremely passionate about this. And I feel extremely passionate about helping people to create an additional check. So 2 questions for you as we dive in. What are you doing right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day on it, 5 days a week, it will create for you a weekly check for decades to come? If you're not doing something right now, that if you stop working 5 years from now, it will keep paying you. Please listen. And I want you to know that prevention is better than prescription. Prevention is better than prescription all day long. Why do we not know this? Why is this not taught? This isn't taught because, well, you should go get this book, The Truth About Cancer. You'll understand why. In medical school, we're taught about pharmacologic medications, which ones you can use, which ones interact with each other, rather than nutrition, and how feeding this number one asset that we have should be your number one priority, because you do not get another one of these. We have multiple phones, we have multiple cars, we have multiple houses throughout our lives. We have one home that our soul lives in, and you cannot replace it. Doesn't it make sense, guys, to make sure if you're going to take care of something, this is the most important thing? I'm here with this company for 15 years, screaming the message from the rooftop because I feel so strongly about what we have here. So people are attracted to our company for one of two different things. Some are attracted for the health, some are attracted for the income. I was attracted for the health. I'm still here today because of the very real results. The income blew my mind. The laughable investment was cheaper than the monthly overhead for my skincare retail store. Made me think it wasn't real. It was my CPA who looks at what we spend money on. And he goes, well, what was the purchase? Maybe we can write that off. I'm like, no, we can't write that off. It was just supplementation and food. He said, give me the paperwork on that. Looks at it, says, I think this could be the best business investment you ever made. He was right. Even after that conversation, I still didn't think it was a business. I joined for the simplicity. Back then, online was not big. 15 years ago, you guys, everybody wasn't buying things online. I would poll rooms that I spoke in. How many of you have Amazon subscriptions? It would be like 30% of the room. Now I poll the rooms. It's 100% of the room every time who has an Amazon subscription. Back then, health people were driving to get their stuff. That was me. Okay. Click of a button, send it to my house. They've done the research. It's been used in a clinical practice. Give it to me. I want it all. So I joined for the simplicity. I'm still here because of the very, very real results. So I have a question for you. Let's imagine that it is 15 years ago. Well, let's say 20 years ago, 2000, the year 2000. Okay. And somebody comes to you and says, hey, there's this company called Amazon. And everybody's going to be buying things online. People are starting to buy things online now. I mean, in the year 2000, very few people were buying things online. Okay. They sell everything online on this company, and they have a membership club. And anybody that you share the information about Amazon with, and they decide to get a membership because of you, we're going to give you 10 to 50% of whatever those people purchase the rest of their lives. And then if they tell anybody about it, you're going to get a percentage of what they purchase. Okay. Would you have seen it? Would you have understood the power of what we have here? Gosh, I like to think I would have, but I don't know if I would have. This is what this is like. This is what this is like. Pure, I believe everybody should have a membership to. It is the highest quality supplementation you can find. Now just pause for a moment and think, what if she's telling the truth? Okay, there's two groups of people in regards to supplementation. Those who know their stuff with supplementation and those who know nothing about it. And they're using Flintstone vitamins. Those who know, you know what to look for. You look at the back of every bag. You look at the back of all the bottles. You know what you're looking for. Those of you doing the Flintstone vitamins or not supplementing at all, you have no idea what to look for. It's overwhelming. You don't have a clinical master's degree in clinical sciences. You have no idea what you're looking at. So you just don't. What if I'm telling you that you can get in 30 seconds in the morning more nutrition than your entire neighborhood gets in a week, and you will feel the difference? It's worth taking a look, isn't it? What makes Pure different from anything else out there? Well, let's talk business. What makes it different from a business you can start? Because if you're looking for an additional stream of income and you've thought of starting businesses, I wish I could go back and tell my 32-year-old self, don't open this skincare store. It's only for a small percentage of the population, the women, and then the women who are willing to spend $100 a month on their skin. That's a very small demographic. If you're going to start a business, you want it to be something that every man, every woman, every child will purchase. Well, this is for everybody with a body. The man, women, child, the grandparents, the dogs, the cats, anybody with a body who's being poisoned by what they're consuming every single day and have a lack of nutrition in their body. It's a consumable product. You don't want to sell Cutco knives. You don't want to sell vacuum cleaners, one-time purchases. You don't want to sell water purifiers. You go sell that to all of your friends. They're done purchasing. They already bought their knives. They don't need to buy another set. You don't have another customer. You have to go find somebody new. That's a bad business, guys. You want a business where people are going to repeat purchase over and over and over again. Well, how do I assure that? Oh, I have good news. This is where we shine. 93 out of 100 people who purchase our starter package repurchase. Why? Because it works. Now, there's always people who start with, I'm just going to try this. I can only afford that. Let me just try this. You do not expect results, guys. Don't expect it. The whole reason Pure works is this cleanse, balance, build philosophy. The business model is brilliant. Richard Branson says everyone should have a small business for the tax write-off purposes. I have a friend who works at a school locally. She's used to getting her tax money back in the beginning of the year, usually around $900. That's what it was going to be last year. But she became a brand partner with Pure. And she texted me and said, I'm about to do my taxes, but I can write off the purchases I've made with Pure to keep my business going, right? I'm like, oh yeah, you can write that off. You can write off anything that you've spent money on to keep your business going with Pure. She ended up getting $3,900 back instead of $900 back because 15 minutes of tax write-offs. Never done that before. I know the majority of the people who watch this are employees. You don't understand the benefits of tax write-offs with businesses. This friend of mine who's been an employee her whole life in the school system just got an extra $3,000 because of the investment she made being a brand partner with Pure. Tony Robbins says this business model is brilliant because of the low investment, because of the laughable overhead. Robert Kiyosaki has written a book, in case you don't know who he is, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, who says the business of the 21st century is this business model. And you have the ability to leverage my time while you're doing other things. So there's people who were invited on here today. Whoever invited you probably is not on. They're with their family, putting up the Christmas tree, doing whatever they're doing while I'm working for them. Do you have someone working for you right now? Maybe you do. Maybe you pay them. I'm not getting paid by you. I'm not getting paid by anybody who invited somebody to this presentation tonight. I literally am working for them while they're doing other things. And let me tell you, I could close my computer, put my phone down, move to New Zealand tomorrow with my husband and kids and not touch Pure for a year. And I would make more in 2023 than I did in 2022 because of the work I've done consistently for the last 15 years. Are you doing something right now that will pay you for decades to come based on work you do now? Told you I was attracted to how it started in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. The results were so good, there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get in, and they said, we need to start a company, but we're just going to spread the news by word of mouth. And that's why I'm here. And that's why you're here. Someone you believe, like, and trust that, hey, you need to take a peek at this. I now believe with all my heart, after 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of being a brand partner for Pure, that I believe that the majority of the health issues we face as a human race are the result of us being toxic, lacking in nutrition, and out of balance. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. We're putting food in Tupperware containers, food that's been sprayed with herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides by guys in hazmat suits. And our cancer rates are skyrocketing. I was quizzing my son today. I'm like, do you know, I was telling him about the cancer rate skyrocketing and how 10, 15 years ago, we didn't know anybody with cancer. And my son said, I don't think I know anybody with cancer. We went through 3 people that we personally know in our lives right now with cancer. He was talking to me about what he's learning in his biology class at school and how chemicals and unnatural things going into your body shoot your cancer rates up. I'm like, yeah, your biology teacher is right, honey. We're out of balance. This book, The China Study, is all about putting the right things into your body. When you eat a lot of meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread, more of that than you do plants, your body goes into this acidic state where disease and infection have been proven to thrive in that state. How do you get your body to the pH it's supposed to be in? You help it by giving it plants. How many plants did you consume in the last 24 hours? How about your kids? How about your spouse? How about your parents? What if I told you in 30 seconds you can get all the plants they need in the morning? It's easy, guys. And it gets your body to the state it's supposed to be at where disease and infection do not easily thrive. We're lacking in nutrition. This is shown in any school lunchroom right now. In Hawaii, I was there a couple months ago, literally lines around the McDonald's in Hawaii. It's been documented that when McDonald's and Burger King came to Hawaii, that is when the heart disease began in that state. They didn't have it before. We're eating fast food, processed food, pasteurized food. Our kids are lacking in nutrition. And friends, whatever's in your genetic pipeline, whatever your parents are struggling with, dementia, Parkinson's, arthritis, Alzheimer's, it's coming to you faster than it hit them because of your lack of nutrition, because of your lack of movement, because of your acidity. And it's going to hit our kids faster. It already is. Kids are getting type 2 diabetes. Used to be something that we did not see until people were in their 40s and 50s, and now our kids are seeing it. all kinds of issues that children are struggling with that we never used to see. ADHD off the charts, autism spectrum, depression in teens. It's not because they have a lack of Prozac in their body, guys. It's because they're toxic and they're lacking in nutrition. This study shows some people who think they can get it all from food. No, you have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get the same nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. It's not good. You've got to supplement. This is why we have an obesity pandemic. Okay, so cleanse, balance, build. It's the centuries old philosophy. It's from the oldest book of wisdom, Genesis 1:29. Everything we need comes from the ground. We have a whole wellness advisory panel made up of medical doctors who recommend these products, many of which are in the physician's desk reference to their patients. We have medical doctors joining us every week. Why would someone like me who has a license to practice medicine and medical doctors be partnering with this company to recommend it to their patients and to people in their lives? Why would they be doing that? Because we know prevention is better than prescription, but it's always been difficult. Even if you go on Amazon, calcium, I need some calcium, 187 different kinds of calcium. Which one do I buy? The one with the leaf? Because that's what my parents bought. Like, oh, let me go read some reviews. I'll tell you where you can read some reviews. Company has over 50 products. They have a sports line that all 4 of my family members use every single day. They have a metabolic reset that will blow your mind. You're having a hard time losing weight. Likely it's because your metabolism has stalled. You've been starving it. We're going to get it burning, like fat burning machine where the fat just peels off. But it starts with this starter kit. This is where 93 of 100 people repurchase, not the whole thing, but I want you to think of it like a servicing. You take your body in for a servicing, like we take our cars in for servicing. How much is your car worth? 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, whatever your car's worth. You take it in for the servicing. Okay, when it doesn't, the lights are going off. It's not going to make it 200,000 miles if you don't do that. Okay, we trade out our phones. I just had my phone. We trade out our phones every 18 months, 2 years, 3 years. And when you don't, it starts glitching, problems, shutting down on you. Some of you may have your phone doing that now. Your body has things that it shows you when it needs to be serviced. Okay, what's happening? You're bloated, you have bowel issues, you're constipated, you have hemorrhoids, your hair's thinning, your nails are brittle, you can't sleep, you're tired all the time, you have no energy, you're drinking monsters and coffee like they're going out of style because you just got to get through the day. Your eyes are weird things happening to your eyes, your teeth, your skin. So what do? Go to your doctor, get a checkup. We look you over, we draw some blood, maybe we do some x-rays, and we come back and we write you some. Again, if you don't know why we write those, read this book. You'll understand why in medical school we're taught to write prescriptions. Very eye-opening. I didn't take nutrition classes in medical school. I took pharmacologic classes. I learned from my nephew's diagnosis of autism, prevention is better than prescription. So this is a servicing. This is a 30-day servicing, okay? 6 things people typically feel when they get started on our starter package. They feel more energy. They sleep better. They have a better mood. Everyone around them notices the mood. They lose weight without trying. Their bowel habits improve, whether they go too much or too little, or they're gassy or they're whatever. It improves. Pain reduction. This is big deal, guys. Why? We're cleansing the 7 channels you eliminate through your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. They all need to be cleansed. We're pouring plant-based nutrition in. Every vitamin or mineral you've ever heard that you need, we've got it right here in the starter package. So whatever you're struggling with, I have a feeling in 30 days, you're going to feel a difference. And there's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee that the company offers. If you're over 40 or you're on prescription medications, you really need to do the core complete starter package, which includes the superfruits. Each of these superfruits have been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. The last 3 decades have been studied here. What makes ours different from what you can find elsewhere? There's nothing mixed in. Americans like sugar. We like pear juice and apple juice, and let's make it taste good. No, I don't want to be buying no noni mixed with pear juice. Give me 100% noni. Go look up the clinical studies on noni. Your mind will be blown, especially if there's a history of this in your family. If you are on any prescriptions or you're over 40, get the core complete. Okay. So 6 things people typically feel within 30 days: better sleep, which leads to more energy, which leads to less pain, better bowel habits, better mood, and weight loss. I lost 32 pounds in 3 months on this. My nephew started speaking in 3 months on this. My husband's depression and anger issues were gone in 6 weeks on this. Sleep issues and constipation issues were gone in a week. I don't know what's going to happen for you, but put the puzzle pieces together, guys. I walked away from practicing medicine in December of 2019 because I found a better way. We have medical doctors joining us every week. Why? I'm going to show you where you can get more information on it. I'm going to show you how easy it is to get in every morning. My kids are now 15 and 18. They've been doing this every morning since they were children. Today, both of my boys said, Mom, they don't like pouring it themselves. Will you please pour it for us every morning? Yes, I will pour it for you every morning. It's important. It's my job. Until they turn 16, 17, 18, they can start doing what they want to do for themselves. It's my job to get the nutrition in them. My boys asked for it. If they go a week without it, they notice the difference in how they feel, in their mood, in their energy, in their focus in school. My boys are superb athletes. It is not a coincidence. Their bones are not brittle because I'm not giving them acidic things all day long. They're pouring plant-based nutrition into their body in 30 seconds in the morning. We do smoothies in the morning. We have training sites where you can learn from all of our leaders, educating you on how to get it in French toast, waffles, pancakes, smoothies, you name it. We've got a training video for it. You can go to purelifechangers.com to learn more. Hear the doctors talk about it. Hear the testimonies. I have a friend who's a dentist here in town who is struggling with autoimmune disease, struggling with plantar fasciitis, struggling with allergies, was on medications for a lot of that, went totally vegan because she was doing her own research. I sent an email because I'm on the parent council at our school. Rachel@purelifechangers.com is my email address. And she spent 2 days on this site, called me in 2 days and said, I need to come in with the family pack. I've never seen a company that's got it together, that knows all this information I'm in, which has caused me to be more bold. I'm doing these webinars, these presentations literally daily. For 6 weeks, I'm doing these presentations daily. Why? Because of my friend who will be out of my life in 5 weeks because our children graduate. And shame on me that the only way she found out about this was because of an email I sent about senior pictures that were tomorrow. Oh, I'm being bold. I'm making sure everybody knows what we have. This website, some of you are watching this on, Changing Lives with Pure. Use the search box, guys. Type in whatever your family's struggling with. If you're not on this site, ask whoever invited you to add you to this page. We're very selective about who gets on this page. You have to be associated with me in some way. So that might mean I told someone who told someone who told someone who told someone who told someone who's telling you. And I know who those people are. I've been in a lot of their houses. And so we let you in, you type in your ailment, and then you can see like thousands and thousands of testimonies on every issue you can possibly imagine. People just being real. So I started on this journey, passionate about my nephew's results, nonverbal, after Pure, verbal. I'm not saying that's going to happen for you, but I became convinced that it can help when I started sharing it with people. And it was kind of like my skincare store, right? I could only contact so many people. I only saw so many people in a day. And then I had this lady come into my life, Betty, who's in her 70s, who could not pass her mail. She could barely go get her mail every day. Okay, so tired, fatigued, so much pain. Gets on Pure, is now not only getting her mail, walking around the block, meeting her neighbors, saying hi, remembering their names. And now they're asking her, Betty, what in the world has happened to you? What has changed? So now Betty starts to become a brand partner with Pure and share it with her friends who I've never met. I'm used to changing the lives of people I meet. It's why I went to medical school. It's why I did what I did. But it never impacted lives of people I'd never met. So now not only is Betty impacting other people's lives, she's getting checks. And she's telling me, Rachel, I'm getting checks. She was like, I'm on a fixed budget. You know what that means to be in my 70s and get checks from something that I'm just excited and telling people about? I understand what that means. And it was like, oh my God, how many lives can I change? How many people's lives can I impact? So this is the future. How many of you have watched your retail stores go out of business in the last 5 years? Your favorite one, right? Now 100% of people have Amazon subscriptions. The future is buying online. I'll buy Instacart. I don't like going to the grocery store. I hate going to the grocery store. I don't care if it's 4 items. I'm buying on Instacart. I will pay the delivery fee so I don't have to get in my car, drive up there and go through the aisles. Okay. That's the future, online. Health and wellness is the next $1 trillion industry. Unlike other companies where they go, ooh, health and wellness is the next $1 trillion. Let's hire some scientists to create some vitamin C and multivitamins. No, we had a demand already, used in a clinical practice for 30 years. People demanding to get this information, but not enough doctors to see them and consult with them. Let's just start a company, spread it word of mouth. The best of the best. Nothing beats what we have, guys. Livepure.com. And we have a satisfaction guarantee to back it up. Go to livepure.com, throw the family pack in, throw our Reset Plus in, which includes the Core Complete, plus fat burners, metabolism burners, boosters, a 6-week program where you are going to eat a lot. We've heard people saying, I've never eaten so much and lost weight. I can't believe I'm losing weight. You will not feel deprived. And basically we're turning your body into a fat burning machine, all the while cleansing, balancing, building. If you have a family of over 4, get the family pack, guys. Don't be selfish and just do your body a servicing. When was the last time your 12-year-old had a body servicing? Or your spouse? Maybe that's why they're grouchy all the time. Maybe they need a body servicing. And if you just get a Core Plus or Core Complete for you, oh, sorry, spouse. Sorry, you're so grouchy. I got it for everybody. I knew the importance of nutrition. I got it for everybody. When you go to checkout, it's going to say, do you want to be a preferred customer and save money? Yeah, do that. Give them your email address. No membership fee. Unlike Amazon, unlike Costco, you get a 25% discount and there's no obligation to purchase again. Although 93% chance you will if you start with one of our starter packages. Now, let me tell you, I recommend getting on the Smart Ship program. The Smart Ship program allows you to get money, to get products for free. So if you find yourself repurchasing, which 93% chance you will, you're going to get, that's what makes our products more affordable than our competition. Really, if you're already into nutrition, our products are much more affordable than your competition, but you have to be on the Smart Ship program because that's when you get free product points. You can choose to be a brand partner like Miss Betty or a preferred customer. So here's the deal. Brand partner is what you should be thinking about if you're worried about the cost of rebates. 2, you are into making lots of streams of income and maybe you only have one and you know you need another one. Or 3, you're thinking of someone who needs this information. It's $49 to be a brand partner. Okay. It's waived. It's waived if you're in the military, you're a student, or you choose one of our business packs. And then you start sharing it. We teach you how to share. We give you 30 minutes a day of training on your phone. You literally go through a couple of trainings and then you're ready to start inviting. And this is how easy it is. Hey, Teresa, I found something I really think you should look at. I can't explain what it is, but tomorrow at noon, can you jump on for 15 minutes to take a look at something? You will know within 15 minutes what your interest level is. I think it might be right up your alley. That is the invite. That is the invite over and over and over and over again. It's like the lady at the breakfast shop. Would you like some coffee, sir? Would you like some coffee, ma'am? If somebody says no, she doesn't throw the pot down on the floor and run out saying, I can't do this job. That was me. My nephew's life had been changed forever. He's now a senior in the same high school I went to. We were told he would never speak and that he would always have the mind of a 3-year-old and not to look into supplementation, by the way. Feel passionate about sharing this information. So I told everyone, and I didn't care if they responded. I didn't care if they didn't watch it. I just knew I had a message to get out and that if they hear it in the messages for them, they will not be able to sleep. They will not forget about it. The time might not be right for them. I'm okay. I have people who've joined with me in the last 6 months who I shared this with 15 years ago. It's okay. When the time is right, the time is right. But let me tell you, if you think the time might be right, do not delay. I started making $400 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, and then it started to grow. And then it was surpassing what I made at my skincare store with very little. I mean, I made a phone call every morning. I was at very little effort. Skincare store, I was spending 3 to 4 hours a night there after I finished with work. And then it matched what I made as a PA. 8.5 years of schooling, $100,000 of education, and 12 hours a day of my life. And this matched what I made as a PA, and I was making a phone call a day. It took me a while to get there. But once I got there, I said, what if I spend 3 hours a day on this? What if I close my skincare store and spend 3 hours a day on this instead of 3 hours a day on that? And then it really started to grow. And here's what happened. I have brand partners all over the world, but I only have 2 teams to put them on. So even if you bring in 20 brand partners, they're all either going to be on the left team or they're all going to be on the right team. And this is how it looks. It's like vending machines. Okay. So in the beginning, I was selling the starter packs with the Mila and the collagen and the energy. People are buying the starter packs. I'm getting checks. Company says, thanks so much, Rachel, for sharing it. We're going to give you checks. And then people start wanting to join. Right. So I invite people to a webinar. Let's say I invite 20 people. Bob's watching. He's like, I'm in. Health is crap. I don't have time. I need an extra check. But how do I do it? Give me the family package. I want my whole family healthy. I probably can't talk to you till January, Rachel, but put me in. So Bob comes in, and then Kristen reaches out. She comes in. Then Beth reaches out. She comes in. Linda comes in. But I'm going to put them on either Bob or Kristen's team. Beth, Leah, Brenda, all go on Bob's team. Bob gets emails. Beth, Leah, Brenda have joined your team. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Bob calls me and is like, what is this? I'm not even doing anything. I have these people that are joining me. I have nowhere to put them. They're going on your team. What does that mean? It means that every time that Beth, Leah, and Brenda order products, it goes into a savings account for you, Bob. When you're ready to start sharing, you get to start cashing in on all the orders that they place and the people that they tell place. You just tell me when you're ready. It's 30 minutes a day of training on your phone for a day or 2. And then you start inviting. You tell me when you're ready, Bob. Otherwise, we'll build a savings account for you. That's how it works. So timing matters. If you're listening tonight and you're thinking, I'm interested, text the person who invited you. You want to be Bob. You don't want to be Leah. You want to be Bob. You want to be the person who responds quickly and has people placed on your team. $49 to enroll. Military and students are waived. Business packs, free enrollment. Monthly overhead is laughable. In order for you to get a weekly check, they ask that you purchase about $140 a month of nutrition products. You should be spending that already on your number one asset. You should be. Okay, but if you're like, oh, that scares me, I don't know that I can. You get customers to purchase $140 a month of product. Your monthly overhead is covered. Okay, that's it. That's all that you need to do. So I say set up your smart ship now and decide you're going to make enough money to cover your monthly overhead. That's your first goal right away. You can edit, delete your smart ship at any point. And then you go place your first order. You can order whatever you want, but if you're looking at the business, look at the family pack. If there's 4 of you in the family or more, family pack. $4,000 worth of products for $2,500. And right now I have this coupon, and whoever invited you does as well, to give you 20% off of your $2,500 order. So that's $4,000 worth of products for $2,000. Hello. Big savings. Okay. On top of that, you get your membership waived. You get your shipping waived. You get in the company star bonus program, which pays you extra money once you start building. You get in my VIP mentoring program. Everybody's going to get my 30-minute-a-day training, but you're going to get in my VIP mentoring program where we have weekly training calls starting January, the first week of January, for you to plug into every single week and get special training above and beyond. I pay close attention to our VIPs. And you get 4 of these to share with the people that you begin inviting. These are only good till December 31st, so don't wait long. If you were interested in that reset, this is for 2 people. $14.99 for 2 people to do a 6-week Reset Plus program. Includes all the core complete products. Includes our sports line, which I love. And then with the coupon, it's only $1,200. So it's $2,000 worth of products. It's $1,200. You get the 30-minute-a-day training, 30-day satisfaction guarantee, and 4 of these to share with others. But you can start wherever you want. We've got the prices, guys. Core complete, $289, less than $10 a day for you and your for you, not you and your family. Be very clear. This is not for your family. This is for you to do a servicing. Okay, $289. Core complete, $414. All right, so 2 great places. You can pay the $49 brand partner fee, and you're in, and you'll get the 30-minute-a-day training and be off and running. Okay, so you can start wherever you want, but I want to encourage you, get a little uncomfortable. How do I make my money back? What if I buy that family package, $4,000 worth of product for $2,000? What if I buy that? How long will it take me to make my money back? Well, I don't know you. I don't know how many people you know. I don't know I don't know if they like you. If you call them or they pick up the phone, I don't know. But I do know that typically 4 to 5 people who watch a presentation choose to join. Okay. So you can do the numbers on that. If you have 4 people come in with the same package you came in with, you'll make your money back. And I like to say, you just got your family's health paid for, because it blows my mind that all we have to do to get started in a business here, the most you can spend right now is $2,000, and you write it off. I didn't see it as a business. I told you how much I spent on my businesses. So go to livepeer.com, guys. Throw into the pack whatever you want. Wherever you want to start. Family package is my favorite, because those are the people who impact the world the most. People who come with a family pack change the most lives. And that's what I'm here to do, is change a lot of lives. I want you to know there's no cap to what you can make. Whatever job you have, there is likely a cap in how much you can make. There was a cap on me as a PA. Twice I got called in 20 years. You make too much money for a PA. We know what we negotiated in your contract. I was always low salary, high commission. We know what we negotiated, but you make more than the doctors here. So too much for a PA. Wherever you are, you probably are maxed out, or you can max out, even if you sell real estate, which is not going so well right now. So you really should be looking. But if you sell real estate and you're really good at it and you're hopping right now, what if you go to Europe for 3 months? You're not selling anything while you're there. Sales drop. What are you doing right now that will pay you weekly checks for decades to come based on 30 minutes of work, 5 days a week right now? We show you exactly what to do. It's like a franchise without the contracts, without the royalty fees, without the lease on the brick and mortar location, none of that. You can cancel tomorrow if you want to. What do you have right now that will pay you weekly checks for decades to come? Thank you for joining tonight, guys. I do this live every day. Monday through Thursday, it's at noon and 8 p.m. Eastern. And then it's once a week on the weekends. So tonight, Sunday night, I'll be live tomorrow at noon. I'll be live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. We typically have either a co-host or someone sharing their testimony, but I want to encourage you to go to Changing Lives with Pure to check out testimonies. And if you have a question, there's a lot of you on tonight. If you have a question, type your Q&A. There's a little Q&A down at the bottom of Zoom. If you're on Facebook or YouTube or one of the other multiple sites that I'm streaming on, probably won't see your questions till later, but you can also email me, Rachel, Richel, at purelifechangers.com, and I will get back to you. So I don't see anybody with any questions, but if you have any, please don't hesitate to reach out. I work for and with whoever invited you, and I'm happy to meet you and potentially work very closely with you in the near future. Okay, God bless, good night, and I hope that I get to see you tomorrow. Feel free to invite.